And the next character is number 21 in a frequency dictionary of Mandarin Chinese, and it's number 18 in Drinda's list. And that character is dao, meaning to, or to arrive at. Dao is a falling tone. It's a fourth tone. Dao starts high and falls fast. Dao. These are the three fonts: Kai font, Song font, and Hei font. Again, the Song font has the little serifs and the Hei font doesn't. Song font is used more in the newspapers and books. Kai font looks pretty, but it's not as useful in newspapers and books. The structure is left and right. On the left, we have this character zhi, and on the right, we have a li dao radical. This radical is called the li dao. It means an upright knife. Upright knife. So it's this knife character written upward, standing up. Now what's interesting about this dao character is that this part on the left that I'm circling right now is zhi, and zhi has a very similar meaning to the whole character dao. So we can say that this is a pronunciation part, but really this whole character seems like we're just adding a knife onto the same character, zhi, meaning to. And we'll look at this in a few sentences in a moment. The stroke order goes like this. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strokes. A total of 8 strokes. Dao, we're making this red, again to represent the falling tone from Terry Walt's PhD's system of color coding by tone. Dao, meaning to. This is the first definition we'll use. 一点到3点好. 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock is good. What time do you want to meet? 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock is good. So this to, like to, 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. 一点到3点好. 一点到3点好. The number 1 has a tone change oftentimes if it's followed by a third tone. This is a dipping tone here. Or if it's followed by a second tone. Or if it's followed by a first tone. Then the 1 changes to a falling tone. So normally when counting numbers, the number 1, yi, is a first tone. It's a high level tone. But when it's followed by other characters, it'll drop to a fourth tone. Unless it's followed by a fourth tone character, in this case dao, and E would change to a rising tone in that case. In this case, E is followed by a dipping tone character, a third tone character, so it becomes a falling tone. 一点到3点好. 一点到3点好. 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock is good. 一点到3点好. Now in China, it's actually more common to use the Arabic numerals, these regular numbers that we see used in English as well. And so this sentence up here is identical to this sentence down here, but I've just replaced the Chinese characters for the numbers with Arabic numerals. 一点到3点好. 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock is good. 一点到3点好. 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 Okay, we're using it the same way here, meaning to. 北京到洛杉矶太远. Beijing to Los Angeles is too far. Beijing to Los Angeles is too far. 北京到 洛杉矶太远太远北京到洛杉矶太远 Beijing to LA is too far. 北京到洛杉矶太远北京到洛杉矶太远 If you want to emphasize it's too far. 北京到洛杉矶太远 And the yuan can be pulled out as sort of a whining tone. Yuan. 北京到洛杉矶太远上海到香港不远 Shanghai to Hong Kong is not far. 上海到香港不远 We were saying before that this character has a knife on the right side and this character zhi on the left side. Sometimes in formal Chinese, in very formal writing, they'll take off the knife part and it'll just be a zhi. Shanghai zhi. 香港不远 But in normal everyday writing we'll use dao and not zhi. 上海到香港不远